Good morning everyone. Today we will be looking at a few tips to help you with your PowerPoint presentation. This video will give you the means to create a neat and clear PowerPoint presentation. This will be part 1 of a series of videos to help you with PowerPoint. In this video we'll be focusing on the following fundamentals. Drag your mouse and select all the text, then click on the number shown and decrease it to a suitable size. Next, select all the text and click on the bullet point icon. If you select the icon to the right of the bullet point icon, you can create a numbered list. In order to do this, we click on the picture. When we click on the picture Format tab appears. Here is where we'll change the size of the picture without changing the dimensions. But in order to do this, we need to check if the aspect ratio is on. If it is on, we're able to change the size without changing the dimensions. When it is off, we can change it however we want. You want to make sure you have this on almost all the time. Let us start with moving the table. Take the mouse to the edge of the table until the cursor transforms into something like a cross, as shown here. Then click and drag to where you want the table. To delete the rows of the table, right-click on the row you wish to delete and select Delete, then Delete Row, and repeat the process to delete the row below as well. To resize the table, take the mouse to the corner of the table until the cursor transforms into a double-sided arrow. Then click and drag to change the size. In order to make sure that the titles all look the same, go back to a previous slide and click on the title that you want to copy the star from. Next, select the icon that looks like a paintbrush. Then go back to your slide to the title that you want to change and select the whole title by dragging your mouse across the text. In order for this to work, when you're selecting the title, the mouse should look like a paintbrush, as shown. To copy data from a Word document into a PowerPoint presentation, simply select the text and press Ctrl and the letter C at the same time to copy the data. Then click where you want the text and press Ctrl and the letter V at the same time to complete the process. To copy data from an Excel file into a PowerPoint presentation, simply select the number of rows and columns you wish to copy and press Ctrl and the letter C at the same time to copy the data. Then click where you want the text and make sure that you do not overlap the data and either clear the data below or move it up. After that, press Ctrl and the letter V at the same time to complete the process. After you have copied it, hit the icon shown and select Keep Source Formatting. This will allow you to take the data back to Excel if you need to make changes. To do this, simply click on the Review tab, followed by Spelling. When using a template, make sure you delete information and slides that are not relevant to your presentation. Your table should be centered as it is the main piece of information on this slide. Second, the number of rows in the table. The number of rows should be decreased as only 3 rows of information are available. And lastly, the template text. That should be deleted as it does not provide any information for the slide. The title doesn't match other titles in the presentation. The spacing of the text and positions is not neat. To make it neater, perhaps the text size could be made smaller and bullet points could be used. You want to make sure that your text does not sit on top of each other, as it will make it unreadable. You should have different text boxes for your title and body. To do this, simply click on the Insert tab and select Text Box. Then, click and drag your mouse to create the text box. Move the title to the created text box. Here are a few things to keep in mind while making your presentation.